One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
Absolutely. So over the years, one of the things that I've learned and I've adapted, but is somewhat of a routine. And I say somewhat because you always have to be flexible. You have to be disciplined, but adaptable because, in my case, for two reasons. One, my family. And obviously things can change or come up as it relates to my family that are priorities that I need to adapt to. And then the second one is all of us are in positions of servant leadership. And so when you serve people, then you also have to be adaptable when you need to be. But again, I think it's important to be disciplined about that and to try to maintain as much of a routine as possible. And so my routine is I'll start with the mornings. I like to get a workout first thing in the morning. Right now I do that on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. On Tuesday, Thursdays, I would get a workout at lunch with a group. But I like to clear my mind. It helps me to kind of set my day. It energizes me, and it just puts me on the right path so that it's not lingering in my mind that I've got to try to get that done at some other time. Also, when I get in the office, from the time I arrive to the time of my first meeting, whenever it is that day, it's the only time of the day I have my door closed because I take that time to prepare, to plan, to prioritize, and to just kind of, again, reset my focus for what needs to be done that day, because sometimes that's changed from when I left the office the day before or early in the week or whatever it is. And so I take that time in the morning for myself to prepare, plan, and prioritize. And then at night, I read. I always read at night, typically, again, as I'm headed to bed, and rest is important to me. So everyone's different, but again, one of the things I've learned about myself over the years is I'm at my best when I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and I'm rested and ready to attack the next day. So that's a little bit about kind of my day-to-day routine and how I schedule my time. And then one thing week to week is I do not schedule meetings on Friday. And again, now there are exceptions to that, but I do that for two reasons. Primarily, I try to keep Friday clear so that I can move things forward on Friday. Because during the week, again, many times you don't control your own time. There are certain things that you have to react to, even though you try to be proactive. And so I try to take Friday to move things forward, to walk around the department, pop in on people, go to practices, those types of things. And then if I do need to set up a meeting on something that's urgent or important, then I typically know that I'll have some time on Friday when I can get to that. So that's a little bit about my routine and how it's evolved and how I try to structure my day and my week. I think a little bit of both. Part of it, again, is you talk to mentors, you attend professional development opportunities, you hear and learn from others. Part of it was just how my life's journey and the different phases evolved. When you have kids, then I think you try to, you have to go back and kind of reset some things or be more disciplined maybe in some areas than you were before. When you advance through the profession, again, the demands on your time, the controls on that time, the number of people who are looking to access your time does change and expand and broaden. So I think it incrementally happens probably as a result of a number of things. But again, for me, I find that it really helps me to be productive because I feel organized. I feel like I'm working where I need to work and on what I need to be working on, and it still allows me to have that time for myself that I think is very important.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.